Today on Real People Talk blog, we are going to talk about how do you live paycheck to paycheck. If you are like myself and others, living paycheck to paycheck can be very difficult. Sometimes you have to budget for unexpected expenses. If you travel by public transportation or by cab company to work, to and from work during the week, you may have to figure out what is best. Is it easier for you to call a cab to work and you take the bus home, or for you to take the bus to work and call a cab home on the nights that the bus don't run too late? Now, just a disclaimer, where I live, if you're not from Illinois or you don't live in the city I live in, the last bus leaving from Walmart, if you work there, is 8:10 p.m. Monday through Friday, 6:10 p.m. on Saturday night. Now, we don't have any bus service on Sunday, so people living paycheck to paycheck have to figure out if 50 cents or a dollar, 50 cents if you ride reduced, a dollar if you ride full fare. Or if you get a monthly bus pass like me, it saves you from having to come up with a dollar every day you need to get on the bus, or 50 cents. If you got kids, I would advise you to get monthly bus passes for them. That takes care of your getting around town during the daytime and early evening hours, or getting around town at night. But it doesn't help you with, let's say, Sunday night you get off at 9, but you got to go pick your kids up from their dad's house, or excuse me, something flew in my face. Um, excuse me again. Or you got to go pick your kids up on a Monday through Friday basis at their child care provider's house. Or if your kids go on the weekends to their dads, you're okay Friday night on, but you got to make sure that arrangements are in place for them to get where they need to go safely, and they have everything they need to take with them, all their necessary stuff for the weekend. Um, I myself have more trouble getting home from work Monday through Sunday. The Monday through Thursday end of it is more picking my kids up from the sitter's house. If I'm off 2 out of the 4 days that I work, that's good, because I can pick them up a little earlier from her, and I don't have to be on her schedule. But when you're living paycheck to paycheck, that also comes in there. How do you afford a child care provider? Even with child care assistance, you may be required to still pay your child care provider every week so much in between the child care check and all. Some people think the child care check is supposed to take care of anything extra, but it does, but you still have to pay how much money per week that is agreed upon between you and your child care provider. You may have some that they want you just to pay the copay one time a month and that's it. You may have some that require you to pay, they may charge you per week for the days they're staying. If so, that's between you and your child care provider to make sense of it and, respectfully do so. Living paycheck to paycheck is difficult when you have child care expenses. You have travel expenses, like I mentioned. You have, you got your lights and your water, and your gas bill comes into play for your home. You got to pay for the grass to be cut at your home. You have a lot of unexpected expenses that may concur every other week, every week. If you are guilty, like some people, taking paycheck advances, something that's trying to bite me out here, taking paycheck advances off the top of your checks, I wouldn't recommend it, because once you do it once, you'll be doing it every time. And that's where I am right now, is trying not to do that all the time, because I have bills and It can be hard to wait till if you don't get paid until the bi-weekly. Let's say your payday was on the 1st. Let's say your payday was on the 15th. Your last one will be the 29th. But if you get paid before those dates because of the card that it's coming to, you have to budget everything and pay bills when you get the money. You can't be messing around. And it can also be a burden on you when, if you have other income that you depended on, it gets cut down or they try not to give that at all. And it's like, I need this because I pay bills out of this just like you pay bills out of what you have. I manage all I have as best as I can, but yet I'm still paycheck to paycheck living. I'm still struggling to make ends meet, and being a single mother or father, I can really relate. And we don't talk about that. We this is stuff we shove under the rug because it's not important. It doesn't matter. Don't nobody care. You just doing what you got to do. Shut up and do what you got to do is what everybody says to you. But nobody talks about, how do you do this? How do you live paycheck to paycheck? How do you budget your money accordingly? And budgeting can be hard because you think you got it. You think you got all the bills accounted for, and then you got that one bill you forgot. So now you got to put that one bill in the equation with all the others. I had one week just a few days ago. I added up all that I owed, and some of the bills I only paid half on them. I didn't pay the full amount. With everything that I owed, and I had some people I owed some money, I still hadn't got two of them people paid back. Um, with all the things that I owed altogether, was about $914. I'm like, wow. And I looked at it like, if I was going to survive off of biweekly pay, I needed at least, I had to have at least 1,000 every 2 weeks, or a guaranteed 1,200, and I'm not making that. So I'm like, I'm at an impasse of, should I start applying for work elsewhere and trying to get something with better hours and better pay? Hopefully I don't foresee myself staying at my current job for too much longer because it's just not for me. Y'all got a policy of, if you have a point system like mine where you get 5 points, and once you get up to that or you at that, either they start cutting your hours. So some weeks you don't work the full 40 hours. You might get 20 hours or 25, maybe 29, maybe 30, maybe 34, maybe 35, various hours. But this is a startup talk show, like I said. If you'd like to donate for any equipment, because I still need a lighting camera, which I'm looking into and pricing, so I can see what I can afford, because I know donations are really your choice, and we can't keep just stressing it. But I want to bring my co-host on, and me and her, this is going to be, we hope to take this from the bare minimum to making it a success. And I want to bring her on because even though she's younger than me, we come from two different walks of life, but we've also experienced a lot of the same things that nobody talks about. And this is the stuff that we be saying on Facebook. People don't talk about the real issues. We don't talk about our problems. We want to resolve them by drinking our pain away in liquor bottles, threatening to harm ourselves. We got some people that's already going through depression and bipolar and anxiety, and we got people that's already going through enough pain and trauma from their childhood that they're still healing. And when they have all these other issues come up, they are hurting and they need help. And they need help, and they needing someone to understand where they coming from. They don't have nobody to really see their point of view. And it's hard on them because they want to do what's best for them, but they can't do what's best for them. That's what's hard on them, is, living paycheck to paycheck is struggling. And like I said, when you got various expenses, you got various bills, you want everybody to work with you, but it's like, you can't pay everybody. You don't got the money for everything. You got to do what you can where you can. And I'm just talking to somebody to save their life. But the Cash App is $ Trinine Ivy. Once again, I can spell that out in the description box if you need it. Please feel free to donate. All the proceeds go towards equipment for this talk show because we want to get a lighting. We would like to get a camera and get some extra lighting. So if we do be outside, we have extra lighting too, so you can see our face and stuff. Um, we eventually want to take this into the house. Uh, right now, I got to find an area that would be big enough for the equipment so you guys can see me and talk to me. And I would like to do many more videos and stuff and help people. I want to help people the way folks help me. I like giving back, and my way of giving back is, talking my problems out because it's been therapeutic for me. I could have saved somebody's life today, and I don't realize, you don't realize how blessing it is for you to be able to relate to somebody and say, hey, I know your pain, sister, but keep your head up. Keep on fighting. Keep on moving. That's all you can do is keep on living your life the best way you know how.